colorblind. I don't know what's going on.
Thank you very much, and welcome to a sunny Canberra afternoon. The sun shines on freedom at the moment, but if we don't act soon, we will lose that freedom and there will be no more sunshine. 112 years ago, in 1897, a representative in the state of Indiana's lower house, a guy by the name of T.I. Record, introduced Bill number 246, interesting sequence of numbers, into the lower house. That bill, which became famous amongst mathematicians, decided that they would change the value of pi, the mathematical constant that represents the ratio of the diameter of a circle to the circumference of a circle, change it to 4, or 3.2, or 3, depending on the circumstances. And believe it or not, that bill got through the lower house after having been to two committees, one the Committee on Swamps, the other the Committee on Education, and made its way into the Indiana upper house. It sat there for many years and slowly died the embarrassing death that it deserved. What T.I. Record and his colleagues tried to do 112 years ago was ignore reality and impose a legislative myth over the top of reality. In 2009, Senator Stephen Conroy is going to try and introduce a bill into the Senate behind us to do exactly that, to ignore the reality of the internet and to impose his narrow moral view onto all of you and all Australians. And he will try and ignore the reality of the net. His bill, if it goes through, and his internet filter, if it becomes reality, will have devastating consequences for the internet. Each and every Australian, if the filter is to be any way effective, each and every Australian will see internet speeds that are between 1/3 and 80% slower than we're currently getting. And bear in mind, Australia already has exceptionally slow internet on a global scale. And what Conroy and the Rudd government wants to do is make it even slower. What they will also do is impose massive costs onto all of us and onto our economy. This is a digital generation, this is a digital century. To slow down the internet is to give our economy a lobotomy. And that is exactly what Stephen Conroy wants to do. Every single developer who wants to compete in the provision of software and services on the global scale will be put up behind an iron curtain of slow internet thanks to Stephen Conroy. But not only that, not only will it slow down the internet, not only will it impose costs on the ISPs and on the economy, but it will not work. It is simply not possible to find the millions, the tens of millions, the hundreds of millions of sites that Senator Conroy thinks might be objectionable or illegal and put a block on them. Now, before Stephen Conroy comes out the door of that parliament up there and says that people like John Kaye and the Greens and all of you support child pornography, let's be absolutely clear. Child pornography is a curse. It is a curse that we need to wipe out. But the very last way you would wipe it out would be by an internet filter. The way to wipe out, and certainly you wouldn't wipe it out by wasting $44 million and a whole lot more on a filter that won't work and will create a space behind which the truly evil child pornographers can hide. If we really want to get rid of the child pornographers, let's take that $44 million and let's give half of it to the Australian Federal Police to find the people producing the pornography and to interdict them and to get rid of them. And let's get the other $22 million and put it into an education program for Australian parents. And let's work in a national partnership to create internet safety. We've done it with road safety. We're doing it with drugs and alcohol safety. Let's do it with internet safety. Let's not lobotomise it. Let's make it a safe place for kids. Let's inoculate children against the dangers of the internet. But at the same time, let's not shut out Australians from the cultural, economic, political and social values that the internet can bring. But there's something far worse behind Stephen Conroy than there was behind TI Record and his crazy bill. Because what Stephen Conroy is doing is hiding behind a moral panic, hiding behind the religious authoritarian right to bring in the worst kind of constriction of your rights and my rights. Imposing a one-size-fits-all internet filter across Australia is an open door to censorship, and it's an open door to dictatorship. We have to stop this. We have no choice. If we love freedom, if we love our country, if we believe in a future, we have to stop this internet filter before it becomes the first toe in the door for some bureaucrat hiding behind a large building saying what you can watch, what you can read, what you can absorb and what you can't. Because there's only one person who can make that judgment in the end, and that's you. If we want Australia to be a mature, developed, outward-going nation, the very last thing we want to do is put a metal band around everybody's heads, and that's what Stephen Conroy wants to do. It is now time to tell all Australians what's going on here. It's not just your civil liberties at risk. It's not just your internet service at risk. It's not just your economy at risk. It is your whole way of life that is threatened by Stephen Conroy and his acquiescence to the religious right and to the moral panic of a few newspapers. Congratulations to the DLC and to all of you for being here today and for sending a big message about free speech, about a safe internet, an internet made safe by a savvy, wise Australia that knows how to use it, and for people who know how to stand up for their freedom and say no to people like Senator Conroy. Thank you very much indeed.
That was brilliant, John. Thank you.